Hello and welcome to day 5 of the Blueprint Path series. This is how to start, grow, fix and scale your bookkeeping practice. Start strong and scale fast into a profitable, thriving practice with raving fan clients and the income and lifestyle that you want and deserve in 5 steps. Hopefully you have watched the first 4 videos. If you haven't, I recommend that you go back and do that now. Your action plan starts here. If you have been watching along the last 4 videos, you know what it takes to start, grow, fix and scale a bookkeeping practice. You have seen the blueprint and the 5 big keys. So now it's time to work out what you'll do. So this is your action plan to move from where you are now to where you need to be. And in the last 4 days, that should have been, so your plan should have been evolving. You are learning, you are making notes, you're working out exactly what you need to do. So now I'm going to show you the 3 key resources that are going to help you to build your thriving practice the way you want it. I like to call it a thriving practice with delighted clients and your dream on your terms. So resource number 1 is the archetypes. Resource number 2 is the blueprint. And resource number 3 is the 5 big keys. Now, we make these available in various forms. So the one that I'll direct you to if you want to get your hands on these as like posters, go to our podcast and I will make sure that from now on we are dropping a copy of all 3 in. We have been dropping a copy of the blueprint in. In terms of making your action plan, by now you will have chosen your archetype. So are you a startup, growing, booked but broken, or scaling? And the way that you use this to get success, find success faster with less effort and sacrifice, is it is going to dictate where you focus first. And I'll give you an example, which I've gone through the last 4 days, but a startup needs to focus on getting this left-hand side of the blueprint ready so that they build a thriving, profitable practice, like the example I used with Linda in episode 125. Okay, so their focus is the get ready stage before they ever get a client. Why? They want to be thriving, not busy, booked, but broken. So now let's jump to the booked but broken. So completely differently to the startup, that's not where you would start. To be able to find the success you want as fast as possible, the least amount of effort and sacrifice, that's not where I'd get you to start, okay? Where I would get you to start, and what I do with clients I work with, is I would get you to start narrowly in robust pricing strategy that we went into on day 1 video, okay? So I would get you to fix that fast. You probably need a value proposition for that. So I'd get you to look at that first. After that, in a nutshell, we'd look at financial management, and then your third focus would be just like the startup. So let's just say you are growing. Then once again, your focus is different. And I cannot stress enough that the reason these 3 resources are what I use to get not only results, but results incredibly fast, okay? It is the focus. So if you're a growing bookkeeper and we're not working together, I can almost guarantee that either you're missing pieces of the puzzle that you see here, and basically that means you've got a bit of a broken business model. So as your focus as the growing to get results fast is that you want to first act like a book but broken. So fix that products and pricing. Make sure you've got sound financial management, and then go back and act like a startup and install that left-hand side of the blueprint. Why? That's so that you don't do what 90% of bookkeepers do and hit booked but broken. So startup does the get ready phase so they don't end up booked but broken, they end up highly profitable. Growing needs to fix first and then go and do the get ready phase that they didn't complete. And if you are a scaling bookkeeper, your focus, as we learn in day 4, is on advisory, standard operating procedures, and then blueprint refinements. Because if you are the scaling bookkeeper, the smart thing to do is not put all your effort into finding new clients, but to squeeze more juice out of the orange. The orange is your bookkeeping practice, and you are going to seek to make sure that all of your clients are buying advisory and that you are improving your standard operating procedures, which will open capacity, increase profitability, increase client satisfaction. Okay, so you're going to increase profit through those 2 ways alone. And then overall blueprint refinements, where you look at this as a diagnostic center to do and you make little improvements. So can you see how each archetype needs to prioritize what needs to get done first? Because if a BBB acted like a startup and put all their energy into the get ready phase, they're going to take a lot longer, and there's going to be more effort and sacrifice to get to where they need to be, where they want to be. Okay, so this is about prioritizing what's right for you based on where you are at in your journey. Now, as you look at your plan, so in terms of planning, so we've looked at, where are you now? So you've chosen that. Now we go on to, you know that you need the blueprint, okay? So you will have watched the last 4 videos. You know you need the bookkeeping practice blueprint. You know this is a working business model. But what do you need to build out the blueprint? Well, honestly, what you need is really logical. So right now, my expectation is that you either have a pen and paper and you are making note. This is where I'm at. I know I need the blueprint. Now look at what I've got and have a look at what have I got, what haven't I got, and just start scribbling down what you need. So quite logical. You absolutely are going to need people, and I'll make that visual in a second. So you're going to need people to help you with things, yeah? Team. So team could be an agency you hire. You could work with me and get all of our team. You could have a child who's great with social media that helps you out, right? And then education, really simple. You need to learn. You're doing that right now. Assets. You're going to get your team to work to collaborate with you to build things like your brochure, your social media, your website. And in a minute, I'll show you how you can work with us. And we've already done all of that in the background. But ultimately, the key for you here when you are planning is you're going to need to build assets, and that's linked to team. In fact, everything's linked to team. Who is going to educate you? Today, I am. Who is going to help you build the assets? Then in terms of implementation, you're going to get out there in the wild and apply what you're learning and building and support. Now, in terms of team, so this is a good one for you. You can pause the video if you need to. What capabilities do you have? Who do you need to hire to start, grow, fix, and scale? Because all of the things that you see on the blueprint, let's go back there just for a minute. So all of the things here, and this is, make no mistake, this is definitively the working business model. Okay, so all of the things that you see there have been created with a mix of all of these people. Okay, so who do you need to hire from this list? Okay, what are your capabilities right now? Okay, so moving forward today, my 5-point plan. So number 1, I want us to continue learning through story. I'll keep teaching you through real examples. I want to give you the 3 ways to take action. Okay, so I'm going to outline those and you can discover your next step forward. So you're going to decide, what am I going to do at the end of today? Yeah, to bring my dream to life in 2026. How to work with us. So would you like to know how to work with us, because I'd love to show you what's possible inside the program. Learn from the process. Okay, so notice what you can apply in your own business. So when I'm showing you how to work with us, I'd love for you to look at this through the lens of, great, you might like to work with us, and that's wonderful. We will show you how. But also, what can you learn from what I tell you we're doing? Because there's so many lessons in there for you as you make your plan today. Then right at the end, just make sure we've got open coaching Q&A. Ask me anything, I'm an open book. And we'll wrap up by connecting to this 5-point plan. Now, if you're watching the video, I'm not going to be able to do the open coaching. So if you'd like to speak to a human, you can email hello@thestrategicbookkeeper.global so we can answer any questions you may have and also give you any direction you need. We'll basically give you a link to book in with us, and you will catch up with a key person on our team so they can do what we do live in the workshop if you couldn't attend. Well, not exactly, because in the workshop I'm here. So when you book in, it won't be me. I am a busy bee. I've got to get back to helping all my clients, but it will be someone who will absolutely answer your questions and give you direction. Okay, so now I'm going to go on to teaching through story, and there will absolutely be some rinsing and repeating, and that is always a good idea. So let's get started. So how it started. So it took me 6 years to build a business that gave me the income and lifestyle I wanted and deserved. It was incredibly hard work, long hours, sometimes 7 days and nights. I worked with a young son on my hip and a laptop under my arm. I sacrificed so much that many times I considered giving up, but somehow life kept nudging me forward. The turning point. So after 6 years, I took a big break. And I knew I wanted to package up everything I'd built and learnt to help others, especially women going through something similar. But first, I needed to understand exactly how I'd created the success I was enjoying. Because when I looked closely, I discovered that while I was successful, I still had a breakable business. So I did the extra work, the deep work, to understand what it really takes to build an unshakable one. That's how the blueprint was born, from my lived experience and my investment in the 5 big keys. The blueprint, powered by the 5 big keys, was what I needed to give bookkeepers so they could achieve the same dream outcome I had. A successful, thriving practice, valued and respected by my clients, peers, family and friends, time and money freedom without as much effort and sacrifice as I had enjoyed. And I am immensely proud that today my transformation program is helping bookkeepers all over the world, just like you, achieve exactly that. So this is going from feeling overwhelmed and lost to confident and prosperous in less time with less effort. So just on this one, I'd love to point you to our website. So if you go to the strategicbookkeeper.global and just click on testimonials, and you can see videos from dozens of our clients. Feel free to pause the video and do that. I will also share 3 quick slides with you demonstrating a few. So you may have heard me talk a little about Marianne the last 4 days. So she joined my network after 20 years in business, feeling stuck and underpaid. So she joined as a booked but broken. She's in episode 137, I think. So within 90 days, she had transformed her practice, and within about a year, the results included, it was about an extra $140,000 or $150,000 take-home pay. Now that's on top of what she was already making. So you can assume that's 200 or so take-home pay. She cut her working hours in half. Absolutely amazing. And finally took time off. She traveled. She's told me all about where she's flown and to spend time with family and friends. Amazing. So this is just, you can pause the video, take note of these. I just try and track and show you episodes on my podcast where we interview some of my clients. And you'll see these are from startups, growing, booked but broken, and scaling. Karen Andrews is a great one as well. There's also the success panel there that you can see on episode 88. And I think it's 8 of my clients in a room. So that's a good one. These are unpublished results. So a mum's dream, 140,000 take-home pay, working 15 hours a week. A transformation in 6 weeks. Amazing. Christina was booked but broken. And another startup hit, just told me she hit 100,000 in her first 12 months. With this one, she could have hit 200, but she was very clever in that she turned away things. She was just really smart about conserving her energy, being a mum, prioritizing what was important, but she still hit 100,000 in 12 months, all by herself. Now, Leanne, oh my goodness, book but broken. I had a great feeling about Leanne when she joined us, and I wasn't wrong. Within 2 or 3 weeks, oh my goodness, I think we ticked off all the hard work, and then she just gets to reap the benefits day in, day out of what happens after that. Okay, so what's next? In a minute, I'll show you how we would love to help you make this your reality if you are interested in working with us. But first, I would love to take a look at the 3 paths that you can take from here, the real choices that you have, so you can take some time to analyze them for yourself and you can self-assess exactly what you are going to do next. So, the 3 paths that you can take. Now, these paths should be reasonably logical. So you've got the DIY method where you're doing it alone. Then what we call the patchwork method. So that's a combo where you've got coaches, program, franchises, and agencies. And then you've got joining us at the Strategic Bookkeeper Network. Now, I will touch on these again towards the end. Right now, I just want to give you some real headliners. So, the DIY method. Now, with the DIY method, this is by far of the 3 methods. This, in my opinion, is the most expensive. It looks like the cheapest, right? Because you think I'm not paying anyone, but the truth is that it is the highest cost, the slowest progress and time to result. It is the highest work, effort and personal sacrifice, and there is zero guarantee of success or no guarantee of success, because the reason for all of this also, 90% of bookkeepers never get there. Yeah, they end up in BBB. So I just can't stress enough that to understand that this is by far the highest cost. And Marianne's story is just a great example. There are zillions more like that trying for 20 years perpetually in Book But Broken. But we'll come back to that again towards the end. So now I might talk to you about the patchwork method and the strategic bookkeeper together. So the patchwork method versus what we do. So I built the strategic bookkeeper network, and it's the program that you do when you join our network, right? The transformation program. I built it from lived experience, because my lived experience when I was desperately trying to find a coach, a program, agent. I tried to spend so much money on agencies, right? I didn't want to franchise because they're so inflexible. And let me tell you right now, franchisees are joining us every day of the week because they can't get what they need. So this is my lived experience, and that is the blueprint, the 5 big keys, the done for you, and the detail you really need are all absent. That is my lived experience. And that is why when I was scratching my head building out the strategic bookkeeper, I built it the way that I did. So and our client experience, everything I need. This is what they say. It's got everything I need. I plug straight into the done for you ecosystem. Okay. There is a prominent figure in the accounting industry in Australia who I haven't sought permission to share his name, and he said after we launched, we were the only provider that was providing the entire solution. So with the patchwork method, and I will come back to these, my lived experience from having tried this myself, you spend lots of money. The return on investment is very low. For example, when I tried one of the most popular programs out there, yeah, I got some help to raise my price and I got some help around standard operating procedures. That was it. Honestly, the marketing was embarrassing. I tried it, it was embarrassing. So you're getting patchwork, bits and pieces. So you spend lots of money. My lived experience, return on investment is very low, slow progress and time delay to some results. Yeah, lots of work, lots of effort and personal sacrifice. And often there is no real guarantee. So one of the ones that I did had a guarantee, and yeah, I managed to make a bit of money out of pricing. So I thought, well, I think I kind of got my money back. Like if I paid 7,000, I got my 7,000. I didn't need to make 7,000. I needed to build an entire thriving practice and make a six-figure income. So then the money back guarantee, I don't think it's a real valuable money back guarantee. So the strategic bookkeeper network, our client experience, which I've just gone through, I cannot stress enough, this is a done for you ecosystem. You are joining a leveraged, powerful network where we have done it all for you. So it's done for you, done with you. So it is no cost. It's a true investment with a return on investment. So for the fee we charge you, you are going to make and save more than that. It's guaranteed. And you've seen that a lot of our clients get six-figure results within a year. Okay. This is like a bookkeeping practice in a box. So fast-tracked results, that is published. You can see that. Instant access to instantly receive. So instant access to everything. We'll give you the keys to the kingdom the minute that you join. Instant blueprint, instant 5 big keys done for you. So how long will it take you to find and vet and hire and build these things? You're going to get instant access to them. There is far less personal sacrifice. Okay, you're still going to have to give me some hours and attitude, and it comes with a full money back guarantee. Why I created the transformation program? Well, most bookkeepers don't fail for lack of skill. They fail for lack of strategies, systems, and support, and the transformation program exists to fix that once and for all. It gives you the step-by-step blueprint, the 5 big keys done for you, including the team, and a leveraged network brand advantage, which means you can hit the ground running with a killer competitive advantage as well. So you can finally build your dream practice and life. Okay, so a bit about what's behind that door. What do you get when you join us? It is the archetype-led focus, it is the blueprint, it is the 5 big keys, but just going into it a little bit more. So what you get the blueprint and the 5 big keys in action. So when you join the Strategic Bookkeeper Network, you don't start from scratch. You plug in, okay? That's why you get instant access to things that would take you 10 years to otherwise build if you were using the patchwork method. I would suggest if you're DIYing, you just won't get there, okay? You need capabilities to do that. But once again, you don't start from scratch, you plug in. So you're going to instantly access, and in a minute I'll show you, this is why within 14 days of joining, in terms of these network brand assets, you've got the whole left-hand side of the blueprint done, dusted, hit the ground running, okay? Which again would take you, my lived experience, 10 years, and with the patchwork method, 10 years. Ultimately, it is up to you today to decide which way you are going to go. So you're going to get the the done for you network brand assets. So that's the done for you leverage network brand. We come together with one common purpose. The marketing, the selling, the back end systems, everything is there ready for you to use. The done with you blueprint implementation and coaching. The complete 5 big keys ecosystem. So no need to vet, hire, hope. We have already done that. You get the done for you team. So the team you saw earlier, done for you. Education, assets are all done for you. Implementation, every week we have coaching and support from HQ and the community and accountability to keep you on track. All done for you, what you can see in front of you. So a few, probably it's easier for me to tell you what we haven't done than what we have. So the brand is done, the brochure is done. You just integrate your personal brand into our leverage network brand. And in our experience, when we see bookkeepers do it, it takes up to 14 days. You take as long as you want. It's not a race. This program is designed for you to go self-paced. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're not done in 14 days. You could actually do this in a day if you really wanted to. Social media done for you. Okay, you will post your own social media, but the entire library and the support to do that is done for you. We don't give you a done for you website, but we give you the proprietary template. Financial management, all the templates and strategies done for you. Products and pricing, 100% done for you, including the pricing calculator. The product ladder, 100% done for you. The conversion process, you do the needs analysis, but the strategy, this needs analysis is one of the most powerful parts of what we give you. I've just done a whole lot of master classes on it. So we give you all of this, but we help you with recording your own video sales letter, which is done over the brochure. So anything that we can do for you on here is done. For example, we give you marketing copy that goes out to your nurture, which nurtures your database. We give you copy to use in, if you're doing certain promos in socials. The other thing we do is a done for you podcast. So every fortnight, we pitch the benefits of using you, a certified strategic bookkeeper, in the betterinbusiness.global podcast. That is broadcast globally and provided to you with all the assets you need to send to your entire database, share on socials and so on. So this is a marketing called third party endorsement. And so that's part of the massive marketing layering we have there for you. Done for you standard operating procedures. Now, in terms of the 5 big keys, this is all done for you and done with you. So the done with you is very much implementation. So you are learning and you are getting the assets that our team builds and refines, and then you are going out and using it in the wild, and you are telling me and the other coaches what's working, what's not working, so we can give you direction and redirection. And honestly, it's as simple as an example. Linda Hall, when she was very early on not converting, and all I did was say, okay, let's go through what you're doing. We identified she wasn't selling the file health check. She wasn't doing the video sales letter. As soon as she did those and just followed the system, well, you can hear the results on episode 125. So implementation is something we work very hard on because our clients have told us that it's 10 out of 10 impactful. However, we have a lot of quiet achievers that are just working away in the background, and eventually I hear from them and they just tell me they are doing it. So whether you're a noisy achiever that I see all the time, or just I am a quiet achiever when I'm in programs, but implementation is a big part of what we work on. Okay, it's support from your mastermind group. So when you join us, you won't have to hire these people because that's who we have for you. Okay, so we've got the team who has created everything for you in the network brand advantage, and we continue behind the scenes. We're constantly working behind the scenes. So we don't tell you what we're doing, but we are investing behind the scenes, and you only see the perfected assets and strategies that we bring back to you. So it's like bringing on this team that a big business has behind the scenes that does all the things that you'll never have time to do. And with this, it's important to just ask yourself, you can't avoid finding these capabilities. And that's why I built like I built, from lived experience. Okay. So now, this is very simple. This is how we pathway you when you join our network through the program. So you are going to get a specific induction relevant to exactly where you're at. And then when you graduate, so primarily when you graduate from either growing or booked but broken, so you fill up your books or you fix book but broken, when we graduate you to scaling, for example, we ask you to go and do the scaling archetype induction so you can reset your focus there. So now I'd like to do my best to show you. I'll just come back here and cross here. So this is about saving years of trial and error. You've heard my story. You've heard stories like Marianne. You can go to the testimonials page. We've got dozens of stories. We have helped about 150 bookkeepers so far. I'm going to show you how we have actually calculated what you get to $271,500 in done for you systems, assets and support. The program has been described as a bookkeeping practice in a box. And instantly upon joining, you're going to elevate your position, your status, to certified strategic bookkeeper. So you are valued and respected by your clients and your peers. Fast tracking 10 years is what we see, and I think I've already mentioned that. So this is something I've worked very hard on to really run the numbers on. So the value of what you get inside, so the breakdown. So when you join us, this is what you're getting. So I call the team the $100,000 team. These are all quite conservative. I like to be conservative. So what kind of value would you put on the Academy of Education and the weekly education and coaching that you get? So then the pricing academy alone, so you get the entire pricing academy, the advisory system, very conservative, the done for you standard operating procedures, the done for you and done with you recruitment. Okay. So you will pay more than $5,000 to recruit someone yourself. We do have a it's DIY and done with you recruitment. We do have a done for you option if you want that. It is a separate additional fee, but included in the program is what you need, every asset, every strategy, everything you need to recruit bookkeepers, and we even do it with you. So we have a dedicated coach who does this with you live as well. So it's DIY and done with you included. So the brand marketing and selling assets are probably worth 3-4 times this, but we're conservatively valued at $90,000. Coaching and implementation, well, what would you pay to have? So 1 week there is 2 coaches on, the next, sometimes there's 2 coaches available, sometimes there's 3. What would you pay for just 1 coach? Well, you would probably pay 4, 5, 6 times that. The program is AI powered, and in the next few slides, I'm just going to move on to the money back guarantee and how the program pays for itself week on week, and I'll use these slides to explain that. So we do give you a money back guarantee. The transformation program is a year, so you join the network and you can stay with us forever if you want. The actual transformation program is that first year lap around the sun. So I want to work with bookkeepers who are committed for that year. Now, after a year, if you cannot make or save more than the program fee, then money back, no questions asked. Now, it is very easy for us to help you get that result. In fact, many of our members tell us that within weeks the whole program has paid for itself. Other members say to us that are on the payment plan that the program is paying for itself week on week. But we are really looking for your results. We love to see you make more than the program fee very, very quickly. We do have a very special bonus for you, which is a 7-day trial. We'll go over that in a minute. So this is going to help you understand the data behind how the program pays for itself, okay? So if you find one new client, it's paid for yourself. Do you think from what you've learnt, you could find a new client through the program? If you reprice a client or two or a few, it pays for itself. If you upgrade 1 to 2 clients into advisory, it pays for itself. If you recruit and manage your team better, it pays for itself. If you tighten systems and tech, it pays for itself. So now I'm going to ask you, as you are planning right now, how you're going to move forward into 2026 to make a decision about what you are going to do. I'll also show you in a second that we've got some special bonuses and they're going to be available for about 5 days, I think. So now let's just quickly refresh on your options, because you can absolutely choose to DIY. You can absolutely choose to patchwork, or if you'd like to work with us, then we would love to have you join the Strategic Bookkeeper Network. I'm not going to sit on these for too long. I will just touch on them. So the DIY path, go it alone. The truth about DIY is simple. What looks like saving money ends up costing far more. You'll lose time, energy, and opportunity while reinventing every wheel. Trial and error becomes a full-time job. 5 years later, most are still stuck. Honestly, you know the statistics, 90%, okay, stay stuck. It really is like turning a Netflix movie into a long, painful 100-episode series played out over years in your business. I know 100% that this is the most expensive option, but it is 100% up to you to decide what you're going to do. All I can do is give you the information, my lived experience, the experience of my clients, and show you how we can help. How we can help is to the Strategic Bookkeeper Network plug straight into done for you and done with you ecosystem, so you can hit the ground running instant, with what took me a decade to build. You'll have instant access to a complete detailed ecosystem, your bookkeeping practice in a box, the network brand, your done for you marketing, positioning and leverage, instant credibility as a valued, respected top tier professional, your dream outcome in less time with less effort and sacrifice, affordably, with a payment plan option that lets it pay for itself week on week and backed by a guarantee. Make no mistake, I've just pivoted back to the DIY here. This is by far the highest personal sacrifice and effort and work, and the most expensive. So let's just have a look at the patchwork. My lived experience, having gone through years and years in my own practice, buying the things, buying into the coaches, is that I was collecting fragments, a template here, a tactic here, but still connecting the dots alone. The detail was missing, the leverage was missing, okay? And franchises, honestly, if you're behind the scenes and saw what I saw, I met with a group of franchises recently and I was shocked that they were not being given the strategies they needed, and the whole lot of them were booked but broken, still paying their 40, 50, 60,000 franchise fee with no flexibility around their brand, and giving the franchise 10% of their turnover as well. Our clients tell us that when they have worked with, before finding us, Other coaches, agencies, and franchisees are joining us. They tell us that there is absolutely no comparing what they offer to us. And some of the video testimonials that you can hear, some of the written testimonials as well, say exactly that. Because no other coach, program, agency, or franchise offers what we do. They do not offer the full done for you and done with you ecosystem. Just ask them. They don't offer you the fast track results that are proven and measurable. The instant positioning, because nobody's offering the leverage network brand. Nobody is giving it to bookkeepers and giving them absolutely everything end to end, brand, marketing, selling, and end-to-end client delivery and business administration systems. And so at the time of publishing this video, it's up to you to decide which path you'll take. If you decide to work with us in the next 5 days, we have got some very special bonuses to reward you for backing yourself and going for it. So the two things that tend to hold us back from doing what we need to do are excuses, which are time and money. We are all busy. There is no time like the present, and we help busy, booked but broken bookkeepers. Money, I completely think you should invest your money wisely. That's why we give you a money back guarantee, and I'll show you that we have a payment plan to help you with cash flow as well. And it is absolutely reasonable to want to try and get a result week on week that pays for that. Now, the main reason why bookkeepers stay stuck is actually something called the bookkeeper's curse, and I'd like to see if you can relate to it. So the bookkeeper's curse is decision paralysis. Perfection over progress. So this is where you get stuck in perfectionism, whereas we want you to embrace progress over perfection. Common in detail orientated intellectuals, yep, that's us. Causes decision paralysis, which is inaction. Okay, the opposite to action. If you do nothing, nothing can go wrong, is the thinking. However, if you do nothing, nothing will change. So now, what does it look like to embrace courage and action over decision paralysis? Because anyone who works with me has found some way to break through decision paralysis. Maybe they haven't mastered it, okay, but they've found some way to trust themselves to make a decision and move forward. So, courage and action versus decision paralysis. Can you relate to these? So these are like dominoes. We're going to look at them like dominoes, okay? So courage and action. You trust yourself, feel the fear and do it anyway. This is confidence, which builds your ability to trust other people and their processes because you've chosen progress over perfectionism, which allows you to sit with shame, stay vulnerable and trust. Whereas when you stay locked deep in decision paralysis, and can you relate, you struggle to trust yourself, lack of confidence, a lack of confidence and struggling to trust yourself. And it's sometimes hard to name that, which leads to struggling to trust other people and their processes. If you don't trust yourself to make a decision, you won't trust others or their processes because you're stuck in perfectionism. That is the decision paralysis, which makes it hard to sit with shame or be vulnerable, fear, decision paralysis. So this last one is, I can't accept that I can ever make a mistake, everything's got to be perfect, and so on and so on. So honestly, the bookkeeper's curse is what holds most people back, and I am pleased to be able to present this to you because if that helps even one person in their business or life, I've done my job there. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to show you why now matters. So you can join the Strategic Bookkeeper Network anytime, but to help you make a decision, we have got amazing bonuses that I've worked really hard on. So we've got 4 limited time bonuses valued at $3,200. One of them we haven't given a value, the 4th one, and we'll run through those now. So these limited time bonuses are available until 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time, Wednesday the 12th of November. Okay, so as I record this, it's next Wednesday. So Wednesday the 12th, 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. After that date, these bonuses will no longer be available as standard inclusions. You'll be able to join us, but you will not get these bonuses. So bonus number 1 and 2. So these are 2 standalone courses and also certification. The feedback we get on these is amazing, and there's a few reasons I love these for you. So number 1, they're super easy to do. They're both audio courses. So everything I create is for the busy multitasking parent. I am a busy multitasking mum, okay? So they're audio courses. You can complete them while you are going for a nice long walk. They are going to give you a certification that you can display in your marketing collateral and tools and resources to win more work and charge a lot more when it comes to training work. So imagine software training and then catch-up rectification work. And catch-up rectification, pretty much every new client, unless they're brand new and they need a file set up, every new client needs catch-up rectification work. This is specialty work. And however, every single new client is going to need it. If you're a veteran senior like me, you'll be familiar with catch-up rectification, and this will enhance what you're doing. If you're a startup, you need to get your hot little hands on this. Now, this is also continued professional development, so this will contribute to your CPD or CPE points. This will give you 4 hours of CPD and CPE. The entire transformation program is all CPD, so you can talk to us about that once you're in. This will increase your client satisfaction and your profits, okay? So this is $2,000 worth of bonuses here that are only available till Wednesday the 12th. They will go away after that, or you can buy them for $1,000 each, okay? They are available on my website. You can purchase them for $1,000 each. So the next one. I am running an AI masterclass series, and I'm actually starting it straight after we close the doors on the bonus period. So this is $1,200. You are welcome to purchase it from me for $1,200, or you can get it as a bonus by joining in this next 5 days. This is something that the bookkeeping community has been asking me for a long time, so I am finally presenting it. It's going to be a 6-part workshop series. It will be live and recorded, so you'll get the opportunity to attend live and also receive the recording. I am going to show you how I use ChatGPT and maybe some other tools for brand marketing, selling, and end-to-end business administration and delivery of client work. This is practical real-world strategies to scale your impact and your efficiency. And then the final bonus is that if you are joining in the next 5 days, you are able to join under a 7-day trial. So I'm going to show you that one in more detail in a moment, but this is only available bonus period. So 7-day trial, incredible offer, low cost, low risk, only available during the promotion. So your join now options. So if you have decided that you would like to work with us, there are 3 ways that we give you to join up. One is exclusive to this bonus period. So choose the option that fits your confidence, cash flow, and your goals. Every path leads to the same results. It's simply about how you want to get started. So there are 3 ways to join us, and we'll look at all 3 now and then circle back. So this bonus way is a 7-day trial. So you can come in, 7-day trial, you can opt out, or you can just keep going and stay all in. Then we have the cash flow friendly payment plan. Okay, this is what you will flow into if you decide that the trial is for you. And then there is a pay in full option, which comes with a $500 discount. So let's circle back and just look at each one. I'm not going to go into them in too much detail. I'll simply read the slides. But if you have questions, you can email us and you can book a call with someone on our team as well. So 7-day trial bonus, just $99 also available in local currencies, Australian, Canadian, Great British pounds and New Zealand dollars at the checkout. This applies to every option that I will show you. This is our most popular option when we run this bonus, which is not very often. It does finish on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Australian Eastern Standard Time. That is the 12th of November. So this lets you try before you buy, access everything except the Canva assets. So for example, you will see the brochure demonstrated, but you won't unlock the Canva asset to make it your own. For example, you will see the social media, but you won't access it. So during your trial, you have 7 days to decide if you're all in or opting out. If we don't hear from you, your membership will automatically continue and the Canva assets will unlock. Frequently asked question, want early access to the Canva assets? Just email us and we'll unlock them for you, and then you'll be all in, because we do get that question asked when we run this promotion. So this is a simple low-cost entry that removes decision paralysis and lets you experience the program firsthand. Do I offer a money-back guarantee on this $99? No, I don't. And that is so that I avoid tire kickers that just want to get their hands on my intellectual property. Let's look at the second one. You know what the trial is now. So this is what you will flow into at the end of that 7 days if you don't tell us that you are opting out. So this is a cash flow friendly plan. This is so popular. You can imagine why I created this. This is to make it more accessible to more bookkeepers. So affordable, pays for itself week on week through results, $99 US per week for a commitment of 52 weeks. I want to work with bookkeepers that are playing the long game and are committed to getting results. Full access from day one, covered by our money back guarantee. So if you don't get if the program doesn't pay for itself within a year, then you can ask for your money back. Structured so the program pays for itself week on week through results. Designed to make the program more accessible to more bookkeepers. If you start with the 7-day trial, as I said, this is the one that you'll go through to. Cash flow affordability with instant access and guaranteed return on investment, a simple, sustainable way to start seeing results immediately. And finally, same thing, it's just a painful option. So if you would rather take up the $500 US discount and pay in full, once again, choose your currency, it's all the same, you can do that. The only difference is the discount. It still has a money back guarantee. You still get instant access, but frequently asked question. If you've taken up the 7-day trial option, you cannot switch to this painful option afterwards. It's a logistical nightmare for us, okay? But you will get a $500 USD saving, and you will still get the money back guarantee. At some point, every thriving bookkeeper you've heard from in this Blueprint Path series made that one decision that changed everything. I'm not going to tell you it doesn't take hours and attitude. It absolutely does. And yes, I'll be there challenging you, guiding you, and always cheering you on. It truly breaks my heart to see bookkeepers stay in decision paralysis, because I've been there. And when I meet someone who doesn't take that step, I think about them long after. Every one of my success stories started with a single decision. We'd love to welcome you into our network, our tribe, but ultimately the decision is yours. The Strategic Bookkeeper is my life's work, and I'd be honored to share it with you. So finally, we are finishing off with your final day 5-point plan. So let's see how we've gone. We've learnt through stories. We have gone through the 3 ways to take action. I've shown you how to work with us. I hope that as I've shown you how to work with us, you've learned from that. What do you need to do if you're not pressing go on that option? What are you going to do? And now it is open coaching. So because this is a video, once again, I'll remind you, you can simply email hello@thestrategicbookkeeper.global if you'd like to speak to a human. so that we can answer any questions you may have and also give you any direction you need. And here is where you can go to work with us. We will put this in an email. We'll also put it on our social media private group, the Strategic Bookkeepers Way, but it's very easy to find. It's the strategicbookkeeper.global next step. So this is where you can go. But if you have any trouble finding that, just email us. And if you are joining us, I can't wait to see you inside the Strategic Bookkeeper Network.